And welcome back to 10%. I'm your host, David Perry. So you're a member of the LGBT community, a business person, and you've joined your local Chamber of Commerce, you belong to the appropriate networking groups, you probably have a Facebook page, a LinkedIn profile, but you really want to identify that niche market, the niche market that you're a part of, the LGBT community. So what do? Well, if you're a business person in Northern California, you join the Golden Gate Business Association, known as a GGBA. To tell us all about it is tonight's guest, Juan Torres. Welcome.
Thank you.
So, how did you become a member of GGBA? And for those who don't know about it, tell us its history.
I became a member working at Pembroke Insurance. They were already existing members since the 80s. And I just started coming to the networking meetings thinking, how can I meet other business owners who are LGBT friendly? And I got introduced to a variety of people, all sorts of businesses in San Francisco, and it really helped me learn hone my networking skills.
Right.
Yeah, the GGBA has been around since 1974. It's the nation's first LGBT Chamber of Commerce. I think we're one of the few out of the nation that doesn't have the LGBT title in it.
Yeah.
Because it was started in the 70s. It was a little bit harder to be an openly gay business owner back then.
Well, I was going to say, I mean, back in the 70s, I mean, 74, that was pre-Harvey Milk, that was pre the great kind of burgeoning of being open and out as a member of the gay community, even in San Francisco.
Absolutely.
So calling it the Golden Gate Business Association then wasn't necessarily saying it was a gay thing.
Correct.
But, I mean, have you heard stories from back then? Did someone, like, walk in and say, hi, I'm here to be a member of the Golden Gate Business Association, and they definitely weren't gay?
Yeah, we've heard tons of stories like that, and we also had people who wanted to know why there was no rainbows involved in it, and over the years, the logo's changed quite a bit, but the organization still stands for what it originally did, which is gay business owners and gay-friendly business owners getting together to put their heads together and make their business grow. Everything from visibility to networking to private events that we do. And it's basically, we put out a directory called the Pride Pages once a year. It's a great thing to have your business featured in it. You can buy ads in it if you choose to. The website is actually part of a new company called WebLink. So for a small business owner, your membership that starts like at $4.95 gets you a listing in this book, but the book is also digital online at ggba.com. And because of WebLink's power that they only work with chambers of commerce, this one-person business, or like a small little business who may have just a simple website, if somebody types in, for example, they typed in local wine tours, the company name will go up higher on Google search because of WebLink's visibility. So we've had customers this last 2 years members call us and say, oh my God, I don't know how I got this lead. This person is from Palo Alto, and they just typed in gay-friendly, engravers in San Francisco, and I came up.
Well, and so part of it is, I mean, the length of time that GGBA has been in existence helps, of course.
Absolutely.
It's traffic on the website. Tell me a little bit about those early years. Obviously, you weren't there, and I wasn't here then. But what is the difference you hear from people who were original members of GGBA then and now? I mean, a Chamber of Commerce tends to be kind of the reputation is a conservative business organization, certainly nothing to do with gay issues or sexuality.
Well, I've heard stories. Obviously, I've been around quite a while, and I've met a lot of the old past presidents. Yeah. And this last year has been a big rebuilding year. We have a brand new executive director whose mission was to find out the history of the organization so we can move forward and continue growing with it. And I've talked to a lot of people that were past presidents from like early on days, and what we do now and what we did back then are very different in the sense that they said back then we were like literally, okay, everybody band together, so-and-so's having a sale, let's go shop at their store. And
so I mean, it was real retail.
It was very retail,
yeah.
Storefront locations, you know. John Schmidt from Schmidt & Schmidt Insurance, he was an openly gay broker, and he insured a lot of the gay pride parade in the beginning. And he said a lot of his business leads came from this organization. He's like, it was people, LGBT people sticking with other LGBT people to help each other grow. He's also, he was really committed, one of the first presidents, and I was fortunate enough to take on some of his clients in insurance. So again, hearing from them, their history with GGBA, and then what I learned from it, has always been a lot of fun for me. Right. And then this past year, like I said, we've been rebuilding and learning a lot about our history. We launched the Horizons Foundation as a GGBA private foundation.
And of course, the Horizons Foundation is one of the only, and I believe it was the first, LGBT foundation. So
correct.
Nonprofits can apply to Horizons for grants for LGBT causes, correct?
Correct. And in the 80s when it was launched, it was called the GGBA Foundation. And it kind of just grew so much larger that we spun it off, and the Horizons Foundation was born. But for the first few things, it was some simple things, and we've heard these great stories this year. When teachers were being persecuted for being openly gay, GGBA gave grants for them to get attorneys to go fight in Sacramento. Little things like that.
During the Briggs Initiative back in the 70s.
Correct. And I mean, here's a business organization, a chamber of commerce. It's not necessarily helping a business owner. Here's a public school teacher.
Right.
But it was an LGBT cause, and we felt strong enough that they supported it. So for me, it gives... It's a way of networking as a business owner, where you're helping your business grow, you're helping yourself get visibility, but you're giving back to the community.
Right.
So
now,
for me, it's been very rewarding.
Now, GGBA has a reputation for just being kind of San Francisco-centric, but you represent businesses all over Northern California. What is the reach of GGBA?
Out through the East Bay, a little bit of the South Bay, and then North Bay in Sonoma County as well.
Now, and that's where your business is, correct?
Yeah. Well, my business is based here, but it's Torres Wine Tours. It's luxury wine tours. Everything from a Range Rover limousine that seats 16 up to a 20-passenger Hummer limousine, leaving from San Francisco. You go up to Sonoma Wine Country or Napa Wine Country. Almost an all-day, 8-hour tour that includes lunch, very private VIP tastings. And through my reach with this organization, I've been able to bring in a lot of wineries into the GGBA. For our Pride Expo that we do in June, which is Thursday, Pride Thursday, we've had 7 wineries from Sonoma and Napa that had never participated in any LGBT marketing come down and pour wines.
Yeah, well, it's interesting. I mean, my husband and I have a home in Sonoma, so you know, we consider ourselves wine country locals. And there was a time not so long ago that wineries, even though obviously part of their market was the LGBT community, even if they were LGBT owned, they weren't anxious to join an LGBT niched group. Do you think that's changing?
I think it is changing. I think it's a little more open now. One of our biggest sponsors, actually, as far as alcohol sponsor for the GGBA, is Barefoot Wines, which is part of Gallo Wines. And they actually didn't renew their memberships with the San Francisco Chamber. But they do have a special marketing fund for LGBT marketing.
So tell me about that. Why would they drop the chamber and go to the gay chamber?
One of the things that I talked to the marketing rep about, and she was very adamant and she loved it, she said, you know what, if you support a community that's very close-knit, they support you. And she's all, when I come to the nonprofit events and I'm pouring for you guys, she's all, it's not just pouring a glass of wine and people walk away. I have an actual conversation. People ask about where else we're going to be, what we're doing. People recognize the name and recognize that we're here in the community and we're here to stay. And she's all, for us, she's all, when I went to fight for this, she's all, there was no doubt in my mind that they would agree with me. She's all, when I was able to get you guys money out of it, I was shocked. She's all, but at the same time, she's all, I'm so happy that I'm here. And she's actually recommitted this year. She just signed up again. And we'll have Barefoot Wines again throughout the whole year.
It's interesting. I mean, as a gay business owner myself, you know, I have seen over the years a change from, I mean, I've always been out and always been out as a business, but then to go from saying, well, my niche is not just other members of the LGBT community, but the greater community, but I can be out and market to them. So, for instance, your Torres Wine Tours, you're not just going to be filling Hummers with gay men and lesbians.
No,
no,
not at all.
It's
definitely it's a big market and it's open to anyone. But at the same time, having worked so closely with this organization, I'm not going to turn my back on it now that I'm launching a different company. On the contrary, I'm going to use it in my favor and mix the groups and do whatever I can to get my name out there. But at the same time, I'm not going to run away from the GGBA. By being a member of the GGBA, I automatically become a member of the NGLCC, which is the National Gay Chamber Association. So it just helps the credibility a little more, and it's my way of giving back to the LGBT business world.
So now the GGBA is the oldest of the quote-unquote gay chambers.
It is.
So now there is a national gay chamber. So chicken and egg, I mean, which came first? You guys came first.
We came first, and we are part of the movement, yes. We helped found that as well.
So how many are there now around the country?
Oh, God, off the top of my head, I'm not sure. We just, this last week, we had the Western Chamber Alliance meeting here in San Francisco, and there was 16 representatives from all over the Western United States. And then I know the national conference is coming up soon, and if I'm not mistaken, you're going to have over 100 people there. So, and again, you know, everyone is doing what they can. They're learning from each other. And us being the oldest organization, we're still turning to some of these new organizations that came in with better ideas, that have a much more web presence and are able to pull in corporate dollars and try to figure out how we can use what they're doing and grow the GGBA. Obviously, being in San Francisco, the new thing for the GGBA is kind of rediscovering what we bring back to a business owner, a brand new business owner opening their doors today. Do they need to be part of a gay chamber? like they used to back when it
Well,
started.
then it was a matter sometimes of security and self-protection.
Correct.
And now, I mean, I'm sure that there are non-gay businesses who want to come to you and say, you know, I want a piece of that pink dollar.
Exactly.
As we call it. Do you do that sort of partnership as well? So if a non-gay business comes to you and says, look, I have product A, B, and C, or product.com, .net, or whatever, and I want to reach that LGBT market, but I'm not a gay-owned business. Do you help them, or is there a process where you say, you know what, just because you want our money doesn't mean you're going to get it?
No, we actually do make sure that they are LGBT friendly, that there's no issues there, but anyone is welcome to join. We are open to anyone who wants to join the organization. It's a member-based organization. We are a nonprofit. We're here to help businesses grow.
So there are our non-gay brothers and sisters.
Plenty, yeah. For example,
When did
the company,
that start?
it started in the 80s. We started bringing in straight allies, which is what we call them, straight allies. And they realized that it's their way of kind of giving back to the community, but at the same time, the community supports them because they're there and they're visible.
Let me ask you a question that may be a little bit pointed. I mean, recently we've seen something in the news about, you know, the cruise industry has been very, very aggressive and proactive in marketing to the LGBT community, and they've been doing LGBT cruises. And recently there was, you know, a very famous case. Atlantis Events went to an island, Dominica, which is on the record very overtly as having anti-gay laws. And the truth has yet not come out what happened, but for whatever reason, two men, couple, 17 years, were arrested and subjected to the laws of that country, and the president of Atlantis Events stayed on board the ship. When something like this happens, do you ever call up and say, this is how I would have handled this, or?
You know, we've never had that situation come up. To my knowledge, we've never had that situation. I think personally, I would call and say, what's going on? You know, these people were your clients, they're your customers, and you need to help them.
Yeah.
I can't imagine, as a business owner, if you're the representative and you're on board, why wouldn't you go to their defense? That's your customer. You brought them there.
Yeah.
You put them in that situation. It boggles the mind.
Yeah,
but
but do issues like that come up for GGBA members where you say, you know, all right, here's our marketing partner, or here's some place we're going, and they're anti-gay. Would that be like a stop for GGBA members? Like,
it would be reviewed by the board. There has been in the past items that come up where there's something that doesn't quite work with the marketing plan of a business, and it gets deliberated within the board, and the board votes on the membership criteria. And very rarely does someone get turned down, but we definitely look at it, and we have turned people down just based on something's not right, and by stamping them a GGBA member, it gives them a certain credibility, and it could come back and hurt the organization, and it's not fair to the other members that are playing by the rules.
yeah,
and
because
taking care of their
I imagine
customers.
now as you know, the LGBT market becomes more open, but also more attractive for
Correct.
people wanting our money. I'm sure there's some gay washing going on. It's
Oh,
like, hi,
absolutely.
I'm a gay-friendly business, but I'm really not.
Exactly, yeah. And we do, we're doing classes as well on teaching people how to market their business, everything from social media to how to attract the right customer, how to network yourself, and how to build your website. So there's a lot of education now that is involved with the GGBA. It's no longer just join the organization, come for a networking event. There's speaker series that we do throughout the year. There's things that are completely geared towards a business owner, from like tax advice, et cetera. So anything that we can do to help the business owners better hone their business skills helps the organization that much more.
Right.
The majority of our members, which is what I love about this organization, the majority of our new members have come in from other members.
Right. In our last few moments, tell us online, if someone wants information, where they go.
GGBA.com.
So that doesn't stand for Gay Business Association.
No.
It's www.goldengatebusinessassociation.com.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, thanks very much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
You know, you've convinced me as a former GGBA member to get back on board. So
Perfect.
I will. Thanks for being.
Thanks.
Thanks for watching. I'm David Perry, and we'll see you next week on 10%.